Hello, welcome again to uh the series Leadership is a Verb. This book changed my life and um it made me a better person, but not just a better person, but a better leader. If you want to be a better leader in your community, in your school, in your university, then this is the place you need to be in. You need to dive deeper than ever. You need to dissect the words that are coming out of this book. Leadership is a verb. Because becoming a more powerful, effective, and balanced leader can change your life. It can change someone else's life. So I just want to dive into this. Today we are in day 4. Sorry, I was sick and I'm still getting over a cold. But in day 4, you don't grind, you don't shine. If you don't step up and do something, why do it? And day 4, it says, starting off, seriously? Mike Jones? Who? Mike Jones. Just Google him, lol. What's on something here? How can you expect to shine if you aren't willing to grind? Being a more powerful leader means you must work at perfecting your craft, even those that come naturally to us. It is this continuous honing or grinding out of the imperfections of our skills that prepares us for our moments in the spotlight, our shine. Malcolm Gladwell. In his book Outliers proposed the 10,000 hour theory that basically stated 10,000 hours of deliberate practice is the baseline to become world class at something. 10,000 hours plus some talent is just enough time to grind out the rough edges and become really good at something. I'm not sure 10,000 hours of practice would make me a world class singer, but 10,000 hours of studying and not trying to be perfect, but trying to do what you can and what you can do. That is the most important thing you can do in your life. Okay? But I would be missing the talent portion of the equation. Interestingly enough, Malcolm Gladwell and Mike Jones were sort of saying the same thing, and when you apply the theory to how you lead, it helps get you to understand how they fought and how they implicated everything into the same exact thing. What both of them were trying to say to you, to me, and to so many others. But right here it says your org can only rest on a blame is Laros and history for so long. If you want change, don't go running to someone for that change. Go and figure it out on your own. Or go and dissect someone's brain. Pick someone's brain and say, oh, you're thinking the same idea that I'm thinking. Oh, you have the same message that I want to put and impact others. Not saying that that can't be you. But eventually you have to do your part to build on the successful track record. Rebuild after less than stellar results. You might be doing something right over there, or way over here, but you cannot do something if you do not put your mind, your mindset, and your vision to it. Being a great student leader is not easy, but it's worth it for you to work it. Shout out to Missy Elliott. When he first get a knife, it cuts like a hot knife through butter. But over time, the blade begins to dull, and to get the knife back to peak performance, you have to grind it out. Exactly what I'm trying to teach everyone who's watching this. Because if you try to do something over and over and over, it dulls out, and you have to get back to perfection by grinding it back out, grinding your life back out. You might be doing the same thing over and over and over again, but it's not going to be perfect if you don't keep it perfect. Keep your soul perfect. Keep your life perfect. No one's life is perfect. But you know who life is more perfect and more meaningful? That is God. God is perfect. God is all-knowing. God is everywhere. He is here. Being a leader is no different. Being a great student leader is what can change your life. It's not easy, but it's worth it if you work it. Yes, it might not be easy at first, but if you work it out, it can turn into much easier scenarios. When you are holding meetings, putting on events, and still being an excellent student, it can wear on you. But keep grinding. Because if you keep grinding, it keeps building momentum, it keeps building stamina, it keeps building work ethic, and it keeps building leadership. Keep working. Don't be afraid of the process that leads to excellence. Most people don't get to where they want to be, not because they lack ability, but because they lack grit. In schools, in colleges, they talk about grit. Grit, grit, grit. What is grit? Grit is not think of yourself. Grit is not overachieving and doing something that is stupid, but you still do it. Grit is taking acknowledgement. Grit is helping someone when they're not doing so good in that scenario. Grit is being there, showing initiative to that person. That's what I think grit is, but grit can mean something else to you. Okay? Where did I stop? Okay, right here. The willingness to consistently dedicate time and effort towards a goal. The willing to step out of your comfort zone and finally find what you're missing in that scenario, in that moment. Because without thinking, what is there? There's nothing. There's just a heartache waiting to happen. But if you stop and listen, you can finally find what's missing everywhere and every time you're trying to figure something out. Here's a funny thing about the grind. It's not easy, but it's popular, right? If you let social media tell it, everyone is on their grind. Everyone is making major moves or killing the game. In reality, if everyone was truly on their grind, our campuses would look and feel differently than they currently do. Our organizations would not constantly struggle with empathy and turnover. But you might hear a lot of folks talking about being on their grind or how they stay on their grind, but we both know they ain't really about that life. I'm just kidding. You should be so focused on your grind and work that you are too busy to pay attention to other people, right? If you're not paying attention to other people, you're not on your grind and you're not focused. Both the grind and the shine look different for every leader. So don't compare your journey to someone else's. Don't try to be someone who you're not. Your grind may be learning Robert's rules of order or learning to write effective proposals. My grind was learning how to effectively delegate. I had to intentionally put myself in situations where delegating was the only way for an event or activity to be successful. It was hard, yes, but I hated letting go and not being in control, and sometimes I thought asking people for help meant I was being lazy or weak. Don't make that the excuse, because everyone has a different momentum, a different perspective on what they want other people to think. Let me just tell you this. In my life, there's bad and there's good. That's about in everyone's life. But if you do not have a good set mindset, a clean mindset, clear of everything that is bad in your life, how are you going to figure out what your life is meant to be? That can be hard for some people. It was hard for me. And it's hard for other people too. But you can get over it with help, with work, and with working on your issues. Thankfully, I had great people around me that I was able to be transparent with and that I trusted to hold me accountable to be the best leader I could be. Yes, church. A lot of people in church keep me accountable for the actions that I take, for the steps that I make, and for the acknowledgments that I take to be better. It's hard, but it's possible. They helped me to shift my mindset and realize that sharing the load wasn't a sign of weakness, but instead a sign confidence in the team and their abilities. Together, we helped each other do some great things on our campus, become wonderful friends in the process. Our shine is not about being someone else or trying to take over someone else's life to do what they wanted and trying to fit into their life while you're not fitting into your own life. If you want change, you have to do it on your own. You have to acknowledge that you are wrong and they are right, and that God is with you, and that God is all knowing, and God is all here because He loves you. If you want change, you have to go through God, you have to go through church, and you have to go through family and friends. Because if there's something burning on your chest right now, I'm sorry, but the only help is your close friends, your close family, and your pastor and your church. They can help you. They can pray with you. God is with you, and God will always be there for you. Okay. It's to help knowing they played a critical role in the success of an organization. Either way, we made both the grind and the shine of student leadership a critical part of our journey to living. Okay, in seventh grade, I wrote this. The question was, what is something you need to work harder at or improve upon? Being more organized on time, better study habits, etc. How do you plan on getting better? And I said, by taking care of the stuff I'm done with, right? If I take something out of place and I don't put it back, that can affect my life, right? But if I take that piece that's missing and put it back in its spot, my life is clear, more seeable, more clear. But if it's just hanging out away from what it's supposed to be in, how am I supposed to put it back into place if I left it out for so long, right? And then the second question, how do you prefer to shine or be recognized in public, in private, in the group, individually? Why do you prefer it that way? And I said, to be a part of something, to be seen. That was a hard part for me. In seventh grade, I wasn't being seen for the achievements and for the critical thinking that I was doing. But in seventh grade, I wasn't expecting to get rewarded for being nice and for being polite and for being a thinker and for being all these things, but it paid off because I was seen throughout the entire school because I got awarded for being something that I was always doing, right? But that shouldn't be your thought. If you want to be awarded for something that you do every single day, daily, think about this. Why do you have to be awarded for something that you can do for free? You don't need to be awarded for something to be kind, to be amazing, to be a friend, to be someone that listens. You don't have to be awarded. You can be someone who's just kind and friendly and a friend, a true friend. The third one, what is your recognition, love language? How do you want to be rewarded when you succeed? Gifts, props on social media, internal recognition. I said, be known for something that I'm good at, right? I'm good at skiing, downhill skiing. I'm good at track. I'm good at basketball. But that doesn't change the way you act or think. You have to be in a good mindset. You have to be in a good understanding. Okay? And then the fourth question was saying, be sure to share how you like to be recognized and rewarded the people in a position to do so. And I said, I would like to be rewarded, recognized with kindness. Because kindness is a big part of my life. If someone's not being nice to someone, or if someone's not being polite, or someone's not being respectful, I have to step in because that's not right. And that's never right. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking your time out of your day to listen and to just watch this and to keep in mind that life is hard. The life is not easy. Adulthood's not easy. I'm only 20 years old and it's still not easy. But remember this. You are not alone. Because God is here with you. God is here to take care of you. Just remember, pray daily. Call upon your God. Ask Him, Lord, I need you. Lord, I need more help. Lord, I don't know how to deal with this. If you are a single parent out there, just know, pray daily and let God take it off your chest today. Thank you. And subscribe for more.